Alright guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel guys. So after posting this video, I got a comment from a subscriber. Please make a video on gig creation. So today guys, I'm going to be showing us guys on how we can basically create our Fiverr gig. You see, having a well optimized Fiverr gig can actually be your first step to making your Fiverr orders on Fiverr. Okay, after you have done your niche research, you have gotten all your A and B plus together, and the next thing for you to do is to create your Fiverr gig. So creating a well optimized Fiverr gig can actually go a long way on the service that you're actually offering. Alright, so today guys, I'm going to be showing you how you can basically create a well optimized Fiverr gig. So if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, turn on the bell notification icon. I made videos on how you can basically make money online, affiliate marketing, freelancing, and other making money tips that can basically help you guys out there. So if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. So don't forget to like and drop a comment down below. After watching this video, if you see have any concern, just drop it down below and I'm going to be responding to your comment. So let's just dive right in guys. The first thing first that you have to understand before you create your Fiverr gig is that you have to ensure that you have done your niche research. I believe I actually talked about that in this video. If you still need more clearance on how to basically do niche research, just let me know in the comment section below. But I'm going to be using a particular niche. All right, I think I used that in this last video, so I'm going to be making use of that niche to create this particular Fiverr gig. All right, so the first thing first that I usually do is that I'm going to come right here to new window, incognito window right here. So what I do right here, I'll just come right here and type fiverr.com and click on enter. So now I'm gonna be making use of a cookbook niche, okay, because I think I actually shown us one particular niche then, which is recipe for kids. So I'm gonna be making use of that niche to create this Fiverr gig. So I'm just gonna come right here to click to search for kids recipe. All right there. So we currently have 27 right here, right? So you can see that we have 27 people. This niche is not competitive, right? You don't have a lot of people right here currently now. So now I make mention of this in my last video. If you want to, you can just come right here and create a gig that specify on cookbook for kids. All right, because this is not competitive. This is just going to be one page alone, just one page, and you're going to be shocked within the space of some few days how you're going to be getting orders right here. Okay, obviously there are still other tricks and tips that you can also apply to your gigs. Okay, so how am I going to go by creating my gig? So first thing first, as I've said, once you are done with your niche research and you see that the niche is not really competitive, then that is a tick mark for you, right? So because niche research actually cover like a 90% of your account. Okay, if you are well good with niche research, you understand that even your gig is going to do well after you have even put all the necessary things in place. Okay, if the niche that you actually created your gig on is very competitive, it will be very difficult for you to actually get your first order on that particular niche. All right, so currently now we have 27 results right here. That's to tell you that this is not really competitive, but and most importantly, you have to check if the people right here are also getting orders. So this person right here have completed 10 orders, this person right here have completed 22, this person none, but I think probably he has completed orders in other gigs, because I can see this person is level 1 right here. This person is also 8, he has completed 8 orders, and we can see 8 orders right here too. So we can also check orders, right? So but let me come right here and search for cookbook generally, just cookbook. I want to see if I'm going to see another one. Cookbook generally is a big keyword, right? I'm just going to search cookbook coming. So we can just have something like cookbook recipe formatting. Okay, let's say cookbook formatting. All right, cookbook formatting too is not really competitive. You can see right here we have 446 results, and if you check people right here, you can see that these people are actually making orders 187, 11, 56, 13. You can see that there's quite numbers of orders right here. Mostly people in the first page, even those that are even down beneath, are also making orders too. So this is actually a not competitive niche. The reason why it is very easy for me to actually come by and just is because I've done pre-research, so I can easily just think of niche that is not that competitive. All right, so I do a lot of research on Fiverr to just identify not competitive gig. So I know cookbook, there's other aspects of cookbook that are not really competitive, like that of the kid recipe that I shown us. So I'm going to be making use of that kid recipe, all right? But I'm just showing us other aspects, right? You can also create your gig on cookbook formatting too. Probably I'm going to make a video to show you the numbers of not competitive gig that you can actually venture into if you're not a writer, because cookbook is actually a writing gig. Okay, so writing, design, and formatting thereabout. So I'm just going to go back to kids recipe. All right, so key credits by 1927 results. So the first thing first I usually do is to get the title of the first sellers at the first page right here. So we have this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, so for Fiverr recommending their gig at the first page, that's to tell you that what the gig are actually performing and doing well. So I check their title, I check everything on their gigs. I'm just going to open this. All right, I'm going to open this. I'm just going to open this. Obviously everybody can, different person, you know, we can have different approach as to how you create your gig, right? But this is what I actually do, and it has been working for me. So you can also find what is working for you, but I'm also showing you what actually works for me. So come right here, open all their gig and see what they all have in common. So this person right here, I will give you 10 recipe for smoothie that kid will love, right? So if I should come right here, so if you look at this particular gig is tailored to just creating smoothie for kids. You can see 10 smoothie recipe that your kid will love and are easy to make, right? If I should come right here, let me see the review right there. So this person gig is just based on smoothie, kids smoothie, right? You can see how it is. Thanks. And I think the client are very, very happy with this person's service. So if I should come right here to the second one, let's see what we are. I will write and design kick smoothie and LT kit. You can see that smoothie is actually one of the key aspects in all these gigs. All right. So I will write a recipe book for kids who love to cook. So this one is about kids that love how to cook. Obviously, everything is inside cookbook generally, right? But the subcategory, this one is saying it's gonna make cookbook for kids that like how to cook. Why these two right here is talking about smoothie. All right, so let's go to the fourth one. So the reason why I usually go this route is because for me just to have a combination of my own title gig. All right, this one says I will give you healthy and nutritious running food recipe for babies and children. All right, so obviously still tailoring to babies, right? But let's see, let me read the description. Let me go with nutrition requirement, blah 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 blah. Font. All right, so just come down. Thank you for services to your kids. Okay, thank you for your help. All right, okay. Healthy nutritious recipe. So there's not a particular base recipe this one's actually referring to, but still kids food, right? So now if I'm going to create my gig, so what I do is that I noticed that these two actually have smoothie. This one I have like creating recipe for kids that love how to cook, right? So and this one is talking about just this person's keyword is just general, right? So healthy nutritious wearing food recipe for babies and kids. What was wearing food? Let me come right and check. That's the way to go about it sometimes. So come right here to search. So what is that? It's when a baby moves from breastfeeding to other source of nutritious nutriment. Sorry. So when a baby moves from breastfeeding to other source of nutriment. So when your baby is a process that take patience and understanding from both you and your child. So now this person is actually talking about you creating a kid recipe book for kids that the mother actually stopped breastfeeding. So now a mother can actually be looking for recipe, right, for the kids immediately they stop breastfeeding him or her. Okay, so I think that's what this is actually talking about, and you can see that this page is actually Fiverr choice, And so now your combinations of your keyword can now be, so I'm going to come right here to my notepad. Come right to my notepad. So I'm going to copy all the keywords. So copy right this one. Let me just copy everything, because the I will is automatic on Fiverr gig creation. So I'm going to copy this. What's going on? Copy this, come right here to the tab. So I'm just going to paste. Same thing for the other one. Copy. I'm just going to copy right there and paste. Alright. So the third one, so I'm going to copy and also paste. Right, so the first one, copy also, and also paste right here. So we have the 4 keywords right there, right? Sometimes I go more than just the first 2. Sometimes I can go down, alright, like just scalp like 2 rows. Okay, it can just be 2 rows. Alright, so once you get their keywords also like this is what I do, very simple and straightforward, but I keep emphasizing on niche research. Niche research is very, very important. Niche research is very, very important on Fiverr. Believe me, almost every service on Fiverr is very, very competitive. Very, very, very competitive. I'm actually emphasizing on that. Niche research covers 90% of your gig creation on Fiverr. Alright, so once you are done with your niche research, then you are rest assured that the gig that you're creating has a potential to actually do well. Alright, so please your niche research is very, very important, or else if you go venture your gig into a competitive niche, believe me, it will take you forever to actually get your first order. Alright, so now you can see right here I will give you 10 recipe for smoothie. Just one thing you have to understand is that we have smoothie in common. Okay, we have smoothies in common, and I will write a design kit smoothie, also smoothie. Then this one says I will create a recipe for kids that loves cooking, kids that cook. Okay, and then the third one is the winning food, or I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, winning food. All right, so now this is the keyword that are common in these 4 titles. So if I'm going to write my own title keywords for my gig, so what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to say simple and straightforward, I will write or create, I like using create, I will create kids smoothie. Alright, I'll create kids smoothie for let me see, I'll create smoothie for kids. I'll create smoothie for kids that cook and also, and I can just say winning food, so simple as that. And winning food like this. So I can just say I will create smoothies for kids that cook and winning food, or it can be like I can generate more than one. I will write, okay, I will write smoothie cookbook, or I'll write cookbook for smoothie, cookbook for kids smoothie, very important, kids smoothies and winning food, just something like that. So you can just go around it. Look for a way you can coin title out of those 4 keywords, all right, and put it up out there. But make sure that there is always a keyword in each of all those titles that are actually relevant to each and every one of them. That is why you can see many of them are actually coming up to the first page. I'm not saying that once you created a Fiverr gig, immediately it's going to come up to the first page, right? I'm still going to tell us some things we have to actually do after we create our Fiverr gig. Do we get the point now? So the first step is for you to identify those gigs that are actually ranking first. Okay, look their keywords, look their title, look for the keywords that are actually basically in common. So you can now bring them out, now tend to form your own. Alright, so now I'll just go with this first one. This one's right there, create smoothie. So I'll just copy, come right here to our gig creation, then click on V. So I will create smoothie for kids that cook and wearing food. Simple as ABC. So once you are done with that, then you come right to the select category. So another thing you have to understand is that you can check the category that is selected, but I think I actually know the category right there. So just come right here to nutrition or personal growth and hobby. Is that it? Because Fiverr change their categories oftentimes. So and then they keep on adding new categories. So you have to be very, very sure. But let me just go back and so that I will show us. So you can just, if you don't know, you can just come right here and check their categories, right? You can see personal growth and hobbies, nutrition, and then recipe creation. That's the category this person write. So another one right here, writing and translation, book editing, book and ebook writing, ghostwriting, this particular person. So this one is personal growth, hobby, nutrition, recipe creations, and same thing right there. So we can just select that. But if you are creating gigs, relative gig in cookbook, you want to do yourself good by selecting other categories, but related to the personal growth and hobby categories. They are different. You can select wellness, nutrition, different. So I'll just come right here and select wellness. All right, and then come right here, select no wellness. Coming. Yeah, nutrition. Come right here and select recipe creation. So if you want to create, probably you want to create another one, the next one, you can select nutrition coach. All right, it doesn't matter if you're a coach or not, you can just select it. So just to get yourself in each and every of the categories. All right, it helps also too. If I'm creating 7 gig on Fiverr, each particular gig is in one particular categories, right? I don't select 2 categories for each and every one of them. No, I select different category for all of them. And currently now Fiverr has limited the gig creation. If you have been on Fiverr before, you know that you can create 7 gig as a new seller on Fiverr. But now Fiverr has reduced to like 4 gig, so you can only create 4 gig on Fiverr. All right. So now we have diet type. So you come right here and select the diet type. So most of the time you can just select. You can just go through it. Just see. I can just say gluten free. I can say ketogenic. So let's see some ketogenic. So I'll come right here and look for your balanced diet. Yeah, high protein recipe are also in high demand. Then purpose, okay, it can be just for weight maintenance, can be for elder living, but since I tailor to like kids, elder living, weight maintenance, it's good. So you can even select everything. No, weight loss, just you can just muscle building, right? So right here we come to the keyword. So you have to select relevant keyword that suits your gig, that suits the gig that you're actually offering on Fiverr. So obviously kids recipe, right? Then smoothies, okay, all right. Running fruits, okay. So what is again? So you can also check the seller's gig to see the kind of keyword they use. But most of the time you just have to be creative around it. You can see recipe cooking, so you just have to be creative around it. So that's the way I do mine now. Sometimes I'm just very creative about it. So kids smoothie recipe, I can say cookbook. All right, cookbook recipe, okay. So we have kid recipe, so make sure you input all the tags that is relevant to it. Recipes, Okay, I'm just gonna put cookbook. All right, cookbook. Let's see. Wedding food, smoothies. Okay. Sorry. Let me cancel this and put smoothie. Smoothies. Right. Perfect. Okay. So you come scroll down right here. So negative keyword enable you to prevent. This is actually if you actually subscribe to a seller plus on Fiverr. Fiverr currently is giving one advantage how will I put it right now, is somewhat of like an advantage for new sellers to actually get order very fast on Fiverr, because the seller plus will actually allow you to see keywords that are actually thriving, that people are searching for, that is actually like thriving on the on the platform, but has a low competition. Some can have a high competition, some can have a very low, and some can even have high conversion. But I'm going to be showing you all that because I have an account that is actually a Fiverr plus. All right. So, but this is actually for someone that is, you don't have money to pay for Seller Plus, because Seller Plus require you to pay $19 per month. All right, and Fiverr guaranteed that you're going to get 10 orders in that month. But obviously, I've tried it out. I did not get any 10 orders in a month. But so you might be lucky. You don't know. But I think I got more than at least 2-3 orders from Seller Plus. So it's actually very very good. If you have the money, you can pay for it. But if you don't have it, just do the same what I'm actually showing you now. You can actually also replicate this, and also you're good to go, right? So at it being I have a Seller Plus in this account, you'll have seen it right. Yeah. Sorry, this is the account that I actually have a Seller Plus. All right. So negative keyword enable you to prevent you from this. So I will have subscribe to Seller Plus. So what negative keyword simply means is that there are some keywords that you might just think that are not relevant to your gig or to this particular service. For example, let's say something more of like graphics. All right, something more or less like development, website development, are not really relevant to this particular gig. So I can just include something like that, website. Okay, so this will enable Fiverr's algorithm to actually understand that this service is nothing related to something like build websites, create websites. All right, something like what is it, get the Shopify stuff. So for most of the time I don't actually usually like include negative keywords, but that is what the negative keywords is actually all about. So I'm just going to say save and continue. So right here we're currently at the package. It's going to take us to the pricing right now. Alright, so currently at the pricing. So if you don't know how you can basically go ahead with your pricing, you can just check other sellers on Fiverr. For example, those that we checked the other time, so you can make use of what they are doing, how they did it, so you can just maneuver it and use it for your own. Alright, so I'm just going to come right here to basic. I'm just going to put basic. You can customize it to whatever you want. Basic. Come right here to standard also. Alright, so come right here again to premium. Alright, perfect. So yours can just be 100 smoothie recipe for kids. The next one can just be 200 smoothie recipe for kids. The next one can just be 300 recipe for kids. You can also include a cover book package. You can include, because when you're writing a smoothie, there's always, when you're writing a cookbook, there's always a particular pattern as to how you're going to like write the cookbook out. All right, so I'm just going to use this one right here as an example for us. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this one right here. Okay, so we're going to just be making use of this first one. All right, so right here you can see this person is not even putting something complicated. It's just like 5 meal recipe, and the standard is 5 also. Is it 5? I think my system is still loading. And the premium, let's see, the premium is also 5. All right, okay, so the basic is 5, the standard is 10, while the premium is 9 meal recipe and 5 juice recipe. So it just depends on the numbers of recipes that you're willing to offer in your basic, your standard, and your premium. So since this person is actually offering 5 at the basic. You can decide to offer more than 5 in your basic recipe. Okay, so I'm just gonna put something simple and straightforward. So come right here, and I'm just gonna put like something like 20 kit recipes. Okay, so you can put something of more additional value to your order. All right, something that can just be probably with pictures, you know, kits and pictures. All right, obviously kit cookbook are cookbook that require pictures. Maybe I'm going to show us the one I did for a client on this particular video, but let's see. So come right here, I can just copy this. Can just, sorry, okay, I'm just going to copy this. I will paste it. So I'm just going to increase the number, let's say 50, and right here is 100. All right, so this one is 100. Okay, this one is 100, and so I'm just gonna come right here. I'm gonna come right down to the delivery. Let's say we have just 2 days to the delivery. This one is 4, while this one is, come right here to 10, and include video. No, I don't recommend that. Numbers of recipe, we have 20 in the first one, 20 the first one, the second we have 50, I think 50 the last one. But in case of this one that is 100 recipe, you don't have to worry, just select 50. Okay, you have 100 already right there, right? So you come right here and select the price. Let's say just give it a price range of like $20, but you can check the price ranges from others. Alright, so you can come right here and put something like 50. Just select what suits you, and I'm going to put right here as 100. Alright, 50 right here is 100. Simple as ABC. So I'm just going to scroll down, then save and continue. So for the description, see, I don't actually recommend you copying and paste a particular seller's description, because there are actually ways whereby you do these things. Okay, you can't just copy and paste directly. Even though you're going to copy it, you can just copy it, paste on a notepad, then from the notepad you copy it. Make sure you edit it to your taste. You can't copy the person's details word for word. You can just tweak it and change some things, add your name, blah blah blah. Do we get the point? So I'm gonna come right here to the other person just for the sake of this tutorial, this video. So come right here and use this seller. So I'm just gonna use the details of this person. Okay, so this is just because of this tutorial, so please make sure you edit it and well fitted to your own taste. All right, so I'm just gonna copy this and come back. So I'm gonna paste it in a notepad first before I paste it there. I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, gig creation is not as complicated as you think. Once you get your title right, make sure you get your description too right. Like, your description has to cover also most of the keywords that you need. Keywords are smoothies, kids, recipes, stuff like that. Make sure you include them when you are writing your description for the gig. So I'm just gonna put the name of this account is maybe that's the name of this Fiverr account. It's actually one of my Fiverr accounts again. So I'm just gonna copy everything right here. Obviously I'm still going to, like, if I will eventually withstand this or with all this gig, so I might just come back and do some changes to the descriptions. All right, so I'm just going to scroll and then paste right here. Okay, nothing complicated. Scroll down, then for the question and answer, you can frequently ask question. It depends on you. Okay, you can be you can just think of some specific question that a client might actually have. All right, and most of the time it's not necessary. So, but if you feel like you can put it there, or you take what other sellers are doing and try to replicate that also too. So as fine as that. So let me just save it and continue. So right here, get all the information you need from buyers to get started. So most of the time what I do is that I will just come right here, I will type send me the details of your project and your specific goals, and your stipulated timeline for the project. Or sometimes I can just come and say send me a message before you get started, stuff like that. So just simple as this, then add, save and continue. So then we take us to the gig. Your gig, another thing I do is that when you're actually uploading your gig, you are uploading your gig with the keywords. You're going to save your particular gig with the keywords related to that niche, kick smoothie, when food, stuff like that. So you're going to make sure you're going to save that gig with those keywords. This actually is going to help your gig well optimized. All right, because once you publish this gig, the link that is going to appear on this particular gig, the link that is going to appear on this particular gig will be that of the title, but at the same time, your gig description, your gig title, I mean the gig image title, what you title, what you name it with, is also very, very important. It's going to sync in align with the SEO on this particular platform, Fiverr, right? So I'm just going to come right here and select just random picture. Make sure you use a perfect picture for your gig description, your gig. All right, so I'm just going to select something related to the probably any cookbook. So I'm going to show us what I mean. For example, let's say I want to select this gig, right? This particular gig that I have right here, or this one right here. Let's say I want to select this. So let's say I want to select. So what I mean, what I was saying is that you have to rename it to cookbook, right? Then space. You know, you can just command cookbook, kids smoothies, right? Space, kick smoothie, kicks recipe, space, when food, when in or is it when in or whatever, when food. So just put all the keywords that you can actually gather, just put it right there. Okay, so once you are done, then save. All right, once you save, then click on it, then upload it. All right. Okay, so I basically just upload one single image. Okay, I don't upload three, it's one. I only upload one. And most of the time, if I have the time to have a video, I'm gonna just make up the video and put it right there. All right, so that's what I usually do. Is that I put image, just one image, or I put image and video. Okay, because video to also help your gig to be well optimized. Like if I ever actually like gig with image, right, sorry, with video displaying your service, you know, just explaining something, you don't necessarily have to show your face. You can just be, you can use Canva for it. Just use just combine your service, okay, what you'll be doing, this, that, and you're good to go. All right, so I'm just gonna put this, come right here and save. Then I'm gonna save that again, publish my gig, again publish gig. All right, so I'm just gonna come right here to done. So once you are done with your gig, okay, so I'm just gonna view it, and I'm gonna be showing us and telling us something that we need to do. All right, because once you are done creating your gig, you can't just leave your gig down like that. Obviously you have done your part, right? So but you can't just leave your gig down like that. So I'm just gonna come right here and preview it. Okay, so now this is the gig right here, right? So this is the gig right here. Let me see the gig right here. So and we have everything right there. Okay, so one thing you have to understand is that now that you have created this gig, you have to go back to the keyword that you used to identify the research or that niche that is not that is not too competitive, right? So let me just scroll down and come right here to let me come right here to this, right? So this is what I mean. So let me come right here. Now this keyed recipe is very, very important to you. This keyed recipe, okay, this particular keyword is very, very important to you, because it's a keyword that you're going to be using to identify where your gig actually is on this particular search page. Right now we currently have 27 people, so let me just refresh it and see if our gig will appear in this particular page. All right, so I'm just going to come and scroll down. Let's give it a time, and sometimes if you do not see it immediately, just give it some time, probably like 2 to 3 hours, and come back. It will surely appear. All right, so it's still loading. Still loading. Okay, let me scroll down. Scroll down. All right, so our gig is not here yet. Our gig is not here. Yes, nothing is here right now. You have to make sure you have to come back to this gig and search for your gig again. So I'm coming right here. Let me just search for, let's see, kicked smoothie. I think I had keep recipe, right? Smoothies. So bring it. Gig on a particular page or with that keyword that you use. No rest for you. You have to make sure you find your gig. All right, that's just the point. Okay, so if you do not see it immediately, probably we just publish it. Sometimes it happen like that, right? Sometimes I see it immediately, sometimes I did not, so I have to like chill and then come back. So I search kid smooth right now. I can't see anything. Let me just scroll down. Sometimes it will be down the page. All right, so you have to make sure once you spot it in any page, you have to make sure you have to keep following it every single day until the gig is actually coming up, and then you're noticing that the impressions is increasing and the gig is actually moving up and up and up and up. All right, so let me scroll down right here. So nothing is actually still appearing. So I will just come back and check later on, but you have to make sure that you identify your gig on that particular page, or that page, that the keyword that you use to look for a low competitive gig. Right here, kick smooth is also a low competitive. You can see right, 88 people, right? So is that how you see right here, or kick recipe? You can see any of it, because we use more than one keyword, so definitely it can appear in any of them. Recipes. All right, so you have to make sure you identify your gig. So once you spot your gig in any of those pages, then you can now start following up on that gig day by day, like day by day. You have to be consistent about it. It's not that you just create your gig and leave it. And anywhere you see that, you can also promote your gig, to share it to social media, wherever. You can also make a video for it on YouTube. Sometimes I utilize YouTube. Once I'm done creating the gig, I'll just create a new YouTube account. Obviously I have a YouTube account that I used to promote gig, Fiverr gig, so you can also use YouTube can also use YouTube to your advantage in promoting the gig. Just create a short video just explaining what you offer, that you offer your service on Fiverr. You don't have to be like begging people to come, and just say the service that you're actually offering, and some people will see it and then they'll be interested in it. Then they will click on the link and order you on Fiverr. It's as simple as that. All right, so now once you are done with that, you have to make sure you are consistently following your gig every single day, and give it a period of like 14 days. That is the interval I do give my gig. After 14 days and I do not see anything, I'm not saying probably you see order in 14 days. You might see order, you might not. All right, sometimes what I actually want to check is the impression of that gig, how it's actually performing. Am I getting spam messages, right? There's actually one account that I opened few weeks ago, and I'm getting tons and tons of spam messages. Sometimes when you create an account and you're getting tons and tons of spam messages, that's to tell you that account might actually do well. All right, so those spam messages that you're getting, one good client will surely message you, and then you get the order. That's the way it works. So most of the time I always get spam messages. If once I'm getting spam messages in the Fiverr account, I know that account is actually going to do well. Okay, so this boils down to after you have done your need recharge, you have created your gig, and then you get everything you need to get done perfectly, and you are following, you're always online consistently, you promote it to other social media platforms. So just wait and keep following up on your gig. Okay, that is the way it works. All right, and if you now have, or if you have money probably to purchase reviews, fine, you can go ahead. Okay, but you can get your first order without purchasing any review. I'm telling you that you can get your first order without purchasing any reviews at all. Even Fiverr does not ever recommend that, but there's a way people actually go around and then buy review on their gig. All right, so this is another Fiverr account, all right, because I don't just rely on one Fiverr account. Okay, so this account I created it is still a new account, all right. I'm going to show us the tons and tons of spam messages that I've gotten in this account, and how this impression on the gig is actually doing currently. I'm just going to come right here to the professional the dashboard. So I'm coming right here to business, come right here to gig. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll down. So you can see right here I have 84, 72, 83, 179, and I have 5 click, 1 click, 2 clicks. Alright, I'm going to be showing us the tons and tons of spam messages that I've gotten on this account. Alright, I've only gotten one particular unique client. You can see this guy right here, another one right here, another one right here, another one right here. You can see just 1 week ago, right? See 4 days ago, 1 week ago, 1 week, and I can keep scrolling down right there. You can see 1 week, 1 week ago. There are tons. This one is like, you can see right there. So all of them right here, tons and tons of spam messages right in this account. Okay, so anytime you create a Fiverr account right now, you notice that you're getting spam messages. I've only gotten one real client in this account, but I am yet to convert the guy. Okay, so most of the time I did not just rely on just creating the gig and then I'll leave the account just like that. No, I'm always online most of the time, then checking on the gig. How is the gig performing? Make sure I identify the page where the gig is. Okay, how many or which particular page. What can I do again to actually bring the gig forward? Stuff like that. I promote it if I need to promote it, and then wait for others to come in. Alright, that is basically what you need to do. Believe me, also you can do what I did, the way I showed you, and then you can adhere to the instructions. Alright, because a lot of people just like jumping gun and then just create gig, and you think you can just, no, it doesn't work that way. If you can do it properly, the way it ought to be, obviously you're gonna get an order on Fiverr. Alright, so just simple and straightforward. Okay guys, so if you're still confused as to anything, you can just drop a comment down below and I'm going to be responding to you. Thank you so much guys. See you on the next one.